Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be asking one very simple but one very direct question. Would you guys go and play a game that was basically developed and made with AI? Because as of right now, Xbox just had this huge blog post and this huge big hype announcement, at least hype for them, talk about what they have planned for utilizing AI, a brand new partnership they just made as of like an hour ago or so, and well, what they're kind of thinking about of how AI can be integrated into video games. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, so far, my very first impressions, as you guys can tell, computers can be annoying, wrong, and well, bad, and Microsoft sometimes doesn't really hit the mark, as you guys can tell from Windows alerts. But right now, I'm seeing some vision, but I'm seeing a lot of problems, a lot of future potential problems, and they're making me a little bit on the concern side. So let's go and talk about my concerns. I want to hear your thoughts and comments and everything down below. And well, AI is integrated in almost every aspect of our society so far, although subtly, it will get more and more ingrained in the future. We see things like Microsoft investing billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars into data hosting centers, trying to integrate things like customer support into the Xbox platform, which so far has had a resounding, horrible effect where people were getting banned for no reason. There was automated like alerts basically, and like it just wasn't a vibe. So I'm very concerned so far. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be trying to be objective, but it's probably gonna be like 25% being hopeful, 75% me being very concerned, because what I've seen so far is not the best. So I'm gonna show this off first with the video over here, and hopefully as I'm doing this and enjoying the video, please give me your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, check out the second YouTube account and the Twitter accounts down below, or hang out on Twitch if you guys want, all linked down below. But I'm gonna show you guys this clip from it. And this is from, I know it's gonna be a little bit blurry, it's kind of poorly implemented on Microsoft's end, which does not bode well. I'll show you guys more examples of this in a second, but basically try to get the general gist of this. Or I believe this is generally made through AI from basically a live performance. I don't know how to word this well. It's basically like being lively generated over here from Xbox. And like, I don't know what this was. This is what they were trying to go and sell to us and explain to us and be like, wow, this is gonna be this really cool gaming. And the first and foremost, it's not even like 4K, so I could barely see what's going on. It looks like there's a guy in like a futuristic wheelchair trying to be like an X-Men over here, but they're apparently making a game. This is all through AI itself from basically what Microsoft is assuming people would want. It almost looks like weirdly Overwatch. Like I'm seeing a bottom left. I'm sorry this video is not like high definition. Once again, this is on the Microsoft platform. I'll show you guys in a second. It maybe looks a bit better, smaller, who knows? But like this is apparently all through AI, which I think by that alone is cool, and it will get better with time. Give it 5, 10, 15 years, yes. But right now, I don't even know what I'm watching. Like it looks like there's like an Overwatch type style healer because there's like little beams going to characters, but it also looks like it's AI enemies that you're basically attacking and healing. Your character once again is just floating around like a weird excite bike with like attaching weird drone things or something. I don't know. This is meant to be maybe like a multiplayer game, and it's meant to be maybe like AI and procedurally generated, so everyone playing on it is like just basically making the game in real time. I think the idea is cool. Like you give this 10 years ago and cook, and you have to start somewhere. And this is where like the 25% of me supporting this is, where like, I guess, like I can maybe see it. I've said before in games like say like a Skyrim type style RPG, you can maybe go and have like an AI integrate randomly procedurally generated maps, specific quests that are just for you, etc. as it gets better. But a lot of people, and I streamed Avowed on YouTube, and thank you guys if you guys check out the YouTube streams. I've been testing them on out. I might do it on the second channel, which is why I mentioned like go and follow over there if you guys would like to. But I was streaming Avowed, and a lot of the comments were very negative on Avowed, where people were saying like the world seemed AI generated, the stories and dialogue seemed really stupid, like people didn't really like it. And I'll be honest with you, I played the game for 3 hours and I just really wasn't that invested. Like the character dialogue didn't matter what I picked. It was just like the same game either way. And I think that's where something like AI or these integrations can be very poorly implemented, because it gives people an excuse to be lazy. Instead of having to go invest all this money, which I know is a big problem. Like you can't always be spending $100 million, $400 million on huge AAA games, $500 million on Halo. I get that, and I understand that. And I understand where some places AI might have a chance to go and like integrate into it. But right now, it doesn't seem impressive. It seems like slop. And something like Xbox needs to earn our faith back. They haven't had a really big major AAA game that's been really well received like everywhere in the gaming sphere. Some Xbox folks might like it, sure, I'm not gonna take that away from you, but Avowed, like I said, very mid. Like everyone said, very mid game. AI slop. And I don't think gamers really like that. And I myself am with you guys. I support that. Like, I thought Avowed was okay, but I played it for 3 hours and dipped out because I was like, I had no reason to want to finish the game. And that's how I think a lot of these AI games would be. Like, yeah, it looks weird and strange in the background, but like, I don't have any real reason to play it. But to go once again back to that 25%, you do have to start somewhere. I just already expect more. So basically, this is what it is. It's introducing Muse, our first generative AI model designed for gameplay ideation. So they're trying to go and push and be like, this is not taken away from gamers or companies, or this is only like an addition, like a template. But I'll be honest with you guys, that's not how Microsoft has been working. They've been putting billions upon billions of dollars into AI data centers and building data centers and integrating AI. And like I said, they're pretty much fully using it for Xbox support as of right this second. A very large majority of their cases are through AI. So if they can go and make money on it, they will. So here's like some better pictures. You can still kind of see it seems a bit blurry of what they were trying to go and show over here. Like you can even tell like this is horrible. Like I don't want to beat around the bush. And it will potentially get better. It's the whole idea of AI, like the PSSR, etc. I've had that same thing for PlayStation. I have to say the same thing for Xbox. But this all sucks. Like it's like a mixture of like 5 different games at all, and I don't even know what they're really trying to be. I'm just gonna let them all play up in the background. So it looks cool. It looks like a weird like Beatles montage. But like, yeah, it's cool that it's being procedurally generated in front of us, but it also really does look like AI. This looks very shoddy. It looks very gross. And well, it has no soul. And that's the thing that gamers want. We want a game with soul. I'd rather play an indie game that some random guy developed in his basement, but it's the best game ever, thanks Stardew Valley, that has soul and passion and like an actual emotion tied to it. And some people like the narrative games, some people like just really fun FPS games. But if you ever look at, say, Marvel Rivals, they're changing that game every second. Like they're adding updates, League of Legends, Dota, all these big games. They're changing stuff nonstop. They're adjusting things nonstop because a live service game needs attention. And you can't really have a live service AI game because if something's busted, AI is going to be like, well, let's go make more of it. And then the game just gets all over the place. Like it's really weird. So like, yeah, this is trying to make like an Overwatch game or something, but it doesn't look good. Like I like the idea behind it, but it's just weird. So anyway, the paper in Nature offers a detailed look at Muse, which was developed over here by Microsoft Research with their game intelligence and teachable AI experiences in combination with the Xbox Game Studios Ninja Theory. So they're working with Xbox Studios by Xbox to utilize AI and put them into here in the first place. This is also to help other researchers explore these models and build on their work. So they're trying to expand it on out. And we are open sourcing the weights and sample data to make the executable available with the WAM demonstrator. Basically, so they're making it open source and anyone have a chance to go utilize some of the concepts they have on that. And the concept prototype that provides a visual interface for interacting with WAM models and multiple ways of prompting the models. Developers can learn and experiment with the weights, sample data, and WAM demonstrator on Azure's AI Foundry. So it's intriguing, okay? They do say they're more so to support human creatives. So they're basically meant to be like, hey, we utilize this and maybe use this for ideas to see if it'd be fun or whatever. I could see that working great. Like I sold, there's a chance this is a cool idea. And like, yeah, you maybe use AI and spend all this money to maybe save development costs. We have the one guy being like, hey, what if we give everyone motorbikes, hoverboards? And they're like, yeah, let's see how it looks like in the game. If it flows well, style-wise, whatever. Let's see some animation, sure. If they're just using it like that, that would be great. And that's a 25%. But we all know big mega corporations in the gaming sphere are not always that hopeful. We saw the Marvel Rivals dev team go and make a great game. And although it was only a small side of it in the Seattle offices, it still was people who are probably the biggest game as of right this second getting laid off. So what's going to happen when we have all these other companies that have already done a lot of layoffs? Look at Xbox, who's already done that this year alone and last. Well, guess what? They're going to probably once again shift more of their focus to AI. And that means more and more people are losing their jobs and less soul is being included in games. And at some point, we're going to be playing a carbon copy paste of what an AI came up with 5 years ago as a standard basis, because that's just how AI works. A lot of AI usually uses the baseline and grows from it, and the growth is whatever you add to it. So if you're only ever making brand new AI games in the future, and games like Avowed already seem like AI slop, and all honesty, I didn't hate the game. It was pretty, and I did play it for a few hours. I saw the potential, but a lot of people are not happy with this. And I'm kind of in that same boat. I don't want really a lot of AI at the current state of it to take over gaming. But at the same time, if I see a future of it, maybe like it's just a lot of things have to play out right in 10 years for me to be like, yeah, AI was a good idea. But so far I'm not seeing it because we know there's a lot of corporate greed. We know there's people that are trying to go make as much money. They're trying to cut down development costs. But at the end of the day, I just want them to be efficient with it and have soul with their projects, and I'll buy a game. But Xbox games recently have not had soul, and some of the PlayStation games honestly too as well, but they have a little bit more soul too, and you can kind of tell they're not AI. But yeah, this is what's kind of crazy. Like, they're trying their best to go move this stuff better, trying to make these games more hardcore. This is the video I showed you guys at the start, but I just don't really like it. I just don't really like it too as well. So using the small resolution that trained current models, and they basically had over 1 billion images and controller actions with 7 years of continuous human gameplay. But once again, this still looks like AI. It still looks like slop, and I would not play this game. You give me this a free-to-play game, I wouldn't play it. You make me have to pay money for it, wouldn't play it. It was on Game Pass, wouldn't download it. And this is what they're trying to show off and impress people a lot. But there is also some cool stuff too, and we may touch on this in a separate video, where it also might be at least nice for maybe upscaling older games. And that's why, once again, that 25% where I'm seeing some vision over here. Or if they do go and use all these old school stuff, you get some PS2 games, PS1 level era games, Xbox games, original Xbox games, 360 games. Yeah, use AI to upscale it, sure. But I also don't want it to be charged money for that, because it's AI slop. I understand it takes money and hosting to do it, but if it's in Game Pass, sure, I'll take it, but I'm not going to spend more money on it, and that's where things are rough. But this is scary. It's either going to change the gaming sphere as a whole, because they're trying to put a lot of money into it, or it's going to completely ruin gaming, where every game turns soulless and just slop, and we get 15 games a year, but they're all the same thing, copy pasted from old games we played 15 years ago. Look at the movie industry right now. So maybe more of a hot take on it, but this is crazy stuff. It's interesting, and I would like to see them cook. I'm not saying stop. That's why that 25% I keep mentioning. I want them to try. If they have the money, this is the one company that could, but I don't want them to try to replace gaming. I wouldn't mind a 50-50 using AI as a supplementer, AI to test out theories, AI to go test out early game development, test out worlds and stuff to see if it works, to save time, save effort, and use it as a very rough idea. And then you implement that with real people. Sure, save some money, use some cost. I'm cool with that. But once again, I just don't trust companies like Xbox, because they have mitigated so much into AI already with Microsoft and Xbox already, and it hasn't been the best and most well received. So I don't want them to go even more hardcore if it's already bad, because it's going to get worse. But we'll let it go cook. I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about over here. AI is a very intriguing concept, and of course, not sure if it belongs in gaming yet or not. But I'm down to give it a try. But I just don't want them to only go into AI. I think that's a pretty solid viewpoint. Give me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. I would love to hear. This is going to be a big one I want to hear your thoughts on. We have all the various links down below, Twitters, Twitches, all that stuff. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.